the very first part of that song that I want to talk about is I'm Taking It On. I'm taking it on. You know, around this time of year and New Year's, everybody starts talking about resolutions. Here's what I'm going to do. Do you even remember what your resolutions were last year? Some of you do. I don't mean to undermine any of you. Myself, I'm really like, do I even remember what I said last year? Well, for me, it's easy because it's what I wrote. You know, I live my truth and coming clean in 2015. So I'm taking it on. So as I said, I think last week or the week before, a bunch of us at a party were asking ourselves one word that expressed what 2015 was like. And, you know, we all came up with words, some of us with 2 words. But what was that one word that, well, I'm a man of many words. One word was a little tough. So the question I now have for you today is, what word are you going to take into 2016? When we do mental muscle, the very first mental muscle I did, when we all got together on that very first morning at 7 a.m., the first 10 people that joined me, Cressy, you were one of them, I remember that Jonathan Zenz, when he came into the room, and I was like, so I want you all to pick a word, the word that takes you through these 16 weeks. Pick a word, it'll be your word. What word do you want for these 16 weeks? And I remember Jonathan Zenz saying, I'll take felicity. And I was like, Felicity? Like the TV series? He was like, Felicity. I said, well, what does it mean? He goes, I have no idea, but it came to me and I'm going to look it up. And so then he came back, that was Tuesday, on Thursday, and he told us what felicity meant, which was something like outstanding, outlandish, unlimited joy. And I was like, well, I'll have that too. So what word do you want to take into 2016? When you pick a word, when you say, this is my word, it's the word we live by. What word can take you into 2016? And then the second line I want to go to is, I can't keep hiding. I can't keep hiding. I can't keep running away. The way this works for me now is that I pick a theme for the year. In 2015, it was I Live My Truth. And then I pick a model, and I put it on it. No. And then I pick a motto, which was Coming Clean in 2015. And then I pick a monthly theme every month that somehow supports that. So I can't keep hiding. So our motto, the motto for 2016, are you ready? Yeah. Our motto is, it's time to be seen in 2016. Okay? You good with that? You like that? It's time to be seen in 2016. But the question is, seen as what? What's your word going to be? What do you want to be seen as in 2016? We need only but to speak our word into law, and the law says, yeah, with that high-toned voice. Right? So I speak my word, and it's time for that word to be seen, for me to be that word, be seen in 2016. But if I'm going to be seen as what, then I have to go to my theme for the year. You ready for the theme this year? Okay. So last year was I Live My Truth and Coming Clean, right? So that's get rid of all the stuff that doesn't work for you and live the truth of who you are. So this year, it's time to actually live that truth. So the theme for this year is, I live my greatness on demand. Now, y'all know that my acronym for God is Greatness on Demand. Greatness on demand. There is something in me, there's something in you, there's something in every living thing on this planet, and I don't just mean people. Every living thing that just has to expand and explore and evolve into a higher and even better version of itself. Like Karen said, I want to be better made. I'm starting BODS in 2016, not just because I want to be the most fit I've ever been, but because I believe everyone has the power within them to literally say what they know their body can be. And if it's to lose weight, to gain weight, to tighten up, to just be healthier, that's what we get to do. So It's time to be seen in 2016, and I live my greatness on demand. And I'd like to just try something this year. Every time I read, every time I say what our theme is, I want to say, I live my greatness, and you all say on demand. So let's try that. So our theme for 2016 is, I live my greatness on demand. Now. No. Well, that would work too. On demand, now. No matter what. We're going to just add on to this as we go, folks. Now, the thing is, who's demanding this? Have you ever tried to make a demand on someone that doesn't want to do what you're telling them? Have you ever directed actors? Have you ever worked with creative people? And I want to say it this way. Have you ever been around someone that you just know is brilliant and is just ready to explode onto the scene because they are just so amazing, but they don't know it? Have you ever tried to demand in them to be their greatness? It doesn't work really well. You can demand until the cows come home. But the truth is, unless they demand it of themselves, unless they know it of themselves, the connection's missing. It's so frustrating to see in others such brilliance and such beauty and such intelligence and wisdom, and to know that they don't see it in themselves. But you know what? The mirror is a really good place to try out this exercise. Because if we are going to live our greatness on demand, we have to be willing to demand it of ourselves. We must be willing to demand it of ourselves. And that means we have to really step into the truth of who and what we are. So, my greatness on demand. Something happened the other day that was just, we went to see Sisters, the movie Sisters. And we came out of the movie. I put my hand in my pocket to grab my keys. And I pulled my keychain out, and my ankh had broken. Literally broken. So now, you know, an ankh, I have them everywhere. I have a tattoo, anyway. The top of the ankh represents God. The staff at the bottom represents man. And the line between it represents they could never be separated. So, which is why I chose this as our symbol. So, we come out of Sisters, I pull out my keys, and literally I was like, ah! My ankh broke! And Nora was walking with me, she went, okay. I was like, no, what does this mean? She was like, Dad, does everything have to mean something? I said, yeah, my ankh broke. This has to mean something. I said, and it broke at the connection of man. And I got it. And I went, oh my God. If I am going to live my greatness on demand, I have no more need for the man part of this. I just need to be God. Right? And Nora looked at me, she looked at me, she went, you could find the meaning in anything. And I said, but I really think this is why this happened, and I now can't wait to say this on Sunday. That you know, the connection between God and man and the line between, that even the line between left. The only thing left on my keys, the things I use to get into places, is the circle that says to me, with a hole at the bottom of it that says, it's infinite, it's never ending, and it's what you are, drop the crap. And then carry it around with you, apparently. No, I'm not going to carry it around with me. So, isn't that awesome? I mean, that's really awesome. So, I mean, how does a piece of steel just break in your pocket? Because somebody needed to say something, I guess. So, what are you going to do to step into your declaration of truth? The title of my talk today is A Declaration of Truth. So, what are you going to do personally to step into your declaration of truth? What are you going to do? A while ago, a few weeks ago, I talked to you about the fact that I thought it was time for us to stop flirting, to just stop flirting with this teaching. Stop flirting with being our greatness on demand and actually settle down and just say, I'm ready to get married. I am going to marry this teaching. I am going to marry my God self. I'm going to marry the truth of who I am. So can I have the band back out, and can I have Karen, you guys, for a second? So it's really important to me to understand what it means to step into this teaching with such a powerful, you can have that, such a powerful understanding of commitment and marriage and love and all of the above. So here's the question I have for you. How many of you are literally willing to get married today to this teaching? Yes? How many of you are really willing to get married? Okay, so, you guys, yes? Come here. Dana, are you here? Could you come out and give me that? I think we need a little bouquet. I have this for you. No, you don't have to come yet, but come sit right here. This is good. Come on up. Come on up. This is Joanne Fish, and this is Gary Aarons. Come on up. So you two stand right here on either side of this microphone. Nope, other side. Other side, and my face her. Here we go. Okay, so. Now, I will tell you, just days ago, I got an email from this beautiful lady saying that we've decided to get married before the year's up. And we were looking at how to do it. And I wrote back and said, let's do it during my talk, because it's exactly what we're talking about. So this is not an exercise. The certificate's already been signed, and this is the wedding ceremony. So, Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote that love is the highest word. It is a synonym for God. Ernest Holmes wrote, love is a cosmic force whose sweep is irresistible. Ernest Holmes also said that when something is destined for you, regardless of where it may be, if it's in the farthest corner of Africa, if it is meant for you, it will find you. Even if it's at the Getty Museum. And at first you can't understand what he's saying because he's mumbling. Joanne shared with me that when she first met Gary, he seemed to be mumbling, this guy. She looked at him and she saw this guy who was mumbling, but in fact, he was actually just shy and trying to ask her out. Now, according to Gary, she was closely examining the irises by Van Gogh. But from the way he talked about Joanne, it was clear that he was closely examining her. Because he said that the first thing he saw in this museum of beautiful paintings was her physical beauty. Later on, he would express, he would find her kindness, her intelligence, her creativity, and her passion. And Joanne would find Gary's sweet soul and his patience, his spontaneity, clearly, and his sunny disposition. And Joanne's friends kept asking her, is he a keeper? To which she says, now let me just say, he's a keeper of my heart. Clearly they are both here, keeping one another's heart. And so here we all are today, celebrating this beautiful love. Marriage is not a piece of paper. True marriage is the commitment of soul to soul. True marriage is the law of attraction, playing itself out perfectly, finding the space to be the highest expression, the deepest truth, the only thing it knows how to be, a cosmic force whose sweep is irresistible. So today, we celebrate that irresistible sweep as it is embodied here today in the union of Gary and Joanne. And so now, Gary's son, Sean, if you could bring up the rings and hand them out. Give them each others.
Oh, there we go.
You haven't done this before. Thank you, Sean. So on the day of this marriage, you stand somewhat apart from all other human beings in this particular moment. You stand within a charmed circle of your love, and this is as it should be. And so now I ask you, Gary, do you pledge to share your life openly with Joanne, to speak the truth to her in love, to honor and tenderly care for her, to cherish and encourage her growth and fulfillment through all the changes of your life?
Yes, I do.
Joanne, do you pledge to share your life openly with Gary, to speak the truth to him in love, to honor and tenderly care for him, to cherish and encourage his growth and fulfillment through all the changes of your life?
I do.
So now you can place the, Karen, could you take this for a second? If you could now place this ring as I speak to you. You know, you can put it on. Okay, now don't put it all the way on until we're finished. So please repeat after me. Joanne, I give you this ring
Joanne, I give you this ring
as a part of me.
as a part of me.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign of my love and faithfulness.
as a sign of my love and faithfulness.
In doing this, I take you as my wife.
And in doing this, I take you as my wife.
And if you could put your ring. Joanne, if you'll repeat after me. Gary, I give you this ring
Gary, I give you this ring
as a part of me.
as a part of me.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign of my love and faithfulness.
love and faithfulness.
In doing this,
In doing this,
I take you as my husband.
you as my husband.
Push that on. It's not done yet. Okay. So they have chosen a Rumi poem to read here. If I can get the tears out of my eyes. Hold on. May these vows and this marriage be blessed. May it be sweet milk, this marriage, like wine and like halva. May this marriage offer fruit and shade like the date palm. May this marriage be full of laughter, our every day a day in paradise. May this marriage be a sign of compassion, a seal of happiness here and hereafter. May this marriage have a fair face and a good name, an omen as welcome as the moon in a clear blue sky. I am out of words to describe how spirit mingles in this marriage. And while Rumi may be out of words, I am not. May you love deeply, laugh heartily, practice patience, and smile often. May you dream together, grow, be crazy, give in, and trust enough to take. May you see sunrises, listen to rain, and savor special moments. May you rediscover each other, listen carefully, and always, always have open hearts. And now if you will stand together and face them. As a witness to this declaration of love and truth, I ask you all, please raise your hands in the air towards the couple. Both hands. And now I would like you all to repeat after me. We love you.
We love you.
We support you.
We support you.
We are here for you.
We are here for you.
We are one with you.
We are one with you.
That's good. Joanne and Gary have come here today to form a union with one another. And in the presence of each of us here today, they have pronounced their love and commitment as they face the world and each other as lovers and partners. And we are all part of this sacred union. You have witnessed love being given freely, friendship being offered unconditionally, and commitment being pledged from the depth of their beings. And so, it is my great privilege to present to you for the first time as husband and wife, by the power vested in me by the state of California, please give a round of applause to Mr. and Mrs. Gary Aarons and Joanne Fish.
And we're gonna be stronger. And we're gonna be better. And we're gonna give everything just to marry you today. Congratulations.
Oh, so I can't think of a better declaration than that.
Yeah.
And I just want to close by reminding you all, in 2016, it is time to live our greatness
On demand.
All right, I'll revise it. No matter what. Yes. And And it's time to be seen
Yeah.
in 2016. They just showed you what it means to stand up and be seen. To stand up and show love, to live as love. What a beautiful way to allow this year to do everything it's done for us and take us into the new year. So take a deep breath.